He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a hero. Wikus van der Merwe got sprayed with alien tech, and suddenly he could use their weapons. Now the military wants him dead or alive. Aliens want revenge, and he's trapped in a war zone. How did an ordinary man end up fighting for his life against everyone? The story begins with documentary-style interviews. We meet Wikus van der Merwe, an employee at MNU, Multinational United, in the Department of Alien Affairs. He explains their role is to engage with the aliens, known derogatorily as prawns, on behalf of MNU and humans. We learn that years ago, a massive alien spaceship unexpectedly stopped over Johannesburg, not major world capitals. After months of inaction, humans cut their way into the silent ship. Inside, instead of advanced beings, they found over 1 million malnourished, aimless aliens. International pressure led the government to set up a temporary aid camp below the ship, designated District 9. This temporary zone quickly became a militarized slum. Nobody knew the ship's purpose or why it was disabled. Speculation centered on a lost command module. Secrets shrouded District 9. Initially, there were efforts to grant the aliens status, but public opinion soured. People resented the resources spent on them and feared them. Tensions escalated as weapon caches were found in District 9, leading to crime and riots. Residents demanded the aliens leave, with some suggesting extreme measures like viruses. The term prawn became common, referencing their scavenger-like appearance and behavior. Reports detailed alien crime, including theft and violence, fueling human fear and hatred. After 20 years, immense public pressure forced the government to relocate the aliens far outside Johannesburg. MNU was contracted to enforce this massive eviction. At an MNU briefing, officials outlined the operation. Move 1.8 million prawns from District 9 to a new facility 200 kilometers away, ostensibly for everyone's safety and comfort. UIO protocol required 24 hours notice via eviction forms. I-27. Wikus van der Merwe, despite perceived lack of intelligence, but noted for his enthusiasm and connection, his father-in-law, Piet Smit, is a high-ranking MNU official, was appointed field officer in charge. His wife, Tanya, recalls his creativity and simple nature. Wikus expresses excitement, comparing the day's importance to his wedding. We see colleagues congratulating him and glimpse his replacement trainee, Fundiswa. Wikus interacts with the MNU mercenary forces, led by the aggressive Cobus Venter. There's immediate friction as Wikus questions their excessive ammunition, leading to a tense confrontation where Cobus dismisses him angrily. Wikus maintains the importance of rules. The operation begins. Convoys move into District 9. Wikus, Fundiswa, and security forces prepare to go shack to shack. The environment is tense and dangerous. Almost immediately, chaos erupts. Security forces engage hostile aliens, and the eviction process starts amidst gunfire. Wikus, displaying his MNU badge, attempts to serve the first notice, resorting to force when the prawn refuses. He demonstrates using cat food as a bribe, noting the alien's intense, addiction-like craving for it. Comparing it to catnip, a soldier loses an arm after prodding an alien, highlighting the constant danger. Wikus successfully uses the lure of cat food to get another signature. We learn the aliens encountered are mostly worker class, lacking leadership, presumed lost to illness. The operation continues, dealing with uncooperative prawns. The narrative highlights the presence of Nigerian gangs within District 9, led by the notorious Obasanjo. They exploit the aliens, running cat food scams, engaging in interspecies prostitution, and, crucially, dealing in alien weaponry. Weapons humans cannot operate due to their biological lock linked to alien DNA. Wikus and his team navigate this dangerous territory cautiously. They approach a shack, JV766. Inside, they make a shocking discovery: an illegal prawn egg nest containing 40 to 50 eggs, being nourished by crude pipes connected to a hanging carcass. Wikus callously orders the population control team and demonstrates how they use a flamethrower-like device called the snake to abort the eggs, describing the popping sound nonchalantly and even offering Fundiswa a destroyed egg as a souvenir. Nearby, another shack reveals a hidden stash of alien weapons. Wikus is ecstatic, calling it the biggest find he's ever seen and requesting backup from the 1st Reaction Battalion. He picks up a large alien gun, despite knowing humans can't use them, just to show it off. The prawn occupant denies ownership. Wikus taunts him about the arriving battalion. The prawn suddenly makes a run for it. Chaos ensues, shots are fired, and in the confusion, Wikus stumbles upon a strange, small, cylindrical canister hidden amongst scrap. As he examines it, the canister unexpectedly sprays a black fluid directly into his face. He quickly dismisses it, asking the cameraman, Trent, to cut the footage of the incident. He confiscates the canister, deeming it dangerous, but not a weapon, convinced the prawn must have more weapons hidden. Christopher Johnson, the prawn who fled, watches the canister being taken away. Kubus Venter's unit arrives, finding MNU personnel injured in the earlier confrontation. Wikus insists his own injury is minor. Later, Wikus feels unwell, complaining of heat. He vomits violently after trying to eat street food. Black fluid drips from his nose. Back at MNU, Christopher Johnson searches desperately for the confiscated canister, realizing it contains the crucial fluid he needs. He instructs his young son to hide it if found, emphasizing its importance and the danger posed by the approaching MNU agents. Wikus's team arrives at Christopher Johnson's shack. Christopher tries to remain calm as Wikus serves the eviction notice. Christopher points out the 24-hour notice requirement in the document, questioning the legality. Wikus becomes impatient and threatens to take Christopher's young son to child services due to the dangerous conditions, leveraging the child to force compliance. Christopher reacts defensively. Inside, Wikus discovers a sophisticated setup of scavenged computer parts and electronics. While searching, Wikus has another violent reaction, vomiting black fluid again. He orders the team to leave, promising to return for Christopher tomorrow. That evening, Wikus attends a surprise party for his promotion. He's visibly sick, pale and sweating. His left arm is bandaged. He tries to put on a brave face but collapses, vomiting black fluid onto the cake. He wakes up in a hospital isolation ward. His left hand and forearm are grotesquely transforming, becoming prawn-like. Doctors discuss his rapidly worsening condition: suppuration, loose fingernails, black fluid discharge. Before he can comprehend, MNU security forces storm the room and sedate him. His wife Tanya arrives just in time to see him being forcibly taken away, prevented from reaching him. Wikus is transported to a secret MNU biolab. Strapped down, he watches horrific footage of MNU scientists experimenting on other prawns. He realizes the canister fluid caused his transformation. Scientists discuss his unique condition. His DNA is mutating, merging with the alien biology. They find the confiscated canister in his jacket. Piet Smit, Wikus's father-in-law, arrives. The scientists explain Wikus's arm can now operate alien weaponry. They demonstrate this by forcing Wikus to fire various alien guns at targets, including live pigs and, horrifyingly, another captured prawn, using electric prods to compel him. Wikus is appalled but helpless. Smit is briefed. Wikus's body represents billions in biotechnology. He's the key to unlocking alien weapons. They must harvest his tissues immediately before the transformation becomes permanent and less active, even though the procedure will kill him. Smit coldly agrees, prioritizing profit over his son-in-law's life, and plans to handle the next of kin. He lies to Tanya, telling her Wikus contracted a dangerous infection and doctors are trying to save him, hiding the horrific truth. As scientists prepare to dissect him alive, starting with his heart, Wikus manages to overpower a guard, grab a scalpel, and take another scientist hostage, engineering a desperate escape from the MNU facility. Now a fugitive, Wikus is publicly vilified. MNU and Smit spin a story through the media, claiming Wikus contracted a disease through sexual relations with prawns, causing his disfigurement, and warning the public he is dangerous and contagious. His face is plastered everywhere. Isolated and hunted, Wikus finds the only place he might be safe is back in the chaos of District 9. He tries to buy food but is recognized and chased away. He attempts to call Tanya, reaching her voicemail. Desperate, he calls Tanya again. She sounds conflicted, influenced by her father's lies about his obsession with aliens. Wikus desperately proclaims his innocence regarding the sexual misconduct allegations and pleads with her not to give up on him, promising he can fix his arm and make things right. She hesitantly agrees to believe him and wait. Piet Smit, listening in, orders a trace on the call, pinpointing Wikus's location in District 9. Wikus seeks refuge, eventually stumbling back to Christopher Johnson's shack. Christopher, recognizing the transformation, realizes Wikus was contaminated by the fluid from the confiscated canister. He reveals his secret. Hidden beneath the shack is the lost alien command module, which he has been repairing for 20 years. The black fluid was the carefully collected fuel needed to fly the module back to the mothership. Wikus accidentally confiscating the canister ruined his plan. Christopher explains the mothership has advanced medical technology capable of reversing Wikus's transformation, making him human again. But without the fluid, they are both trapped. Their only hope is to retrieve the canister from MNU headquarters. Wikus, driven by the promise of a cure, agrees to the perilous mission. Christopher's son reveals the planet they come from has 7 moons. They need weapons. Wika suggests acquiring them from the Nigerian gang leader, Obasanjo. They go to Obasanjo's heavily guarded compound. Obasanjo is intrigued by Wikas's transformed arm, believing in Muti, the magical power gained from consuming alien body parts. He agrees to provide weapons, but then attempts to ambush Wikas, intending to cut off and eat his arm to gain its power. Christopher creates a diversion, and Wikas uses his arm to activate an alien weapon, fighting their way out with a bag of guns just as Kubus Venter's MNU team raids the compound, missing them narrowly. Wikas and Christopher infiltrate the heavily fortified MNU headquarters, navigating security systems and guards. Inside the biolab level, Wikas is horrified to discover the extent of MNU's brutal experiments on Christopher's people. Christopher finds evidence confirming his fears. He retrieves the canister containing the precious fluid. As MNU forces close in, they fight their way out, Christopher showing surprising combat prowess. They escape the building via an elevator shaft, steal an MNU armored vehicle, and race back towards District 9 with MNU forces in hot pursuit. Safely back in the hidden command module beneath the shack, Christopher delivers devastating news. To reach the mothership and alert his people requires all the collected fluid. He cannot spare any for the medical procedure to cure Wikas immediately. He promises Wikas he will return to heal him, but it will take 3 years. Wikas is shattered, feeling utterly betrayed, realizing he risked everything for a cure that is now years away. Just then, Kubus Venter and his heavily armed MNU battalion track them down and storm the shack. Christopher's son initiates the command module's launch sequence. As the ground trembles, Kubus captures Christopher. Seeing this, Wikas makes a fateful decision. He jumps into a nearby heavily armed alien mech suit that Christopher had stored. An intense battle erupts in District 9. Wikas, piloting the powerful mech suit, engages Kubus's soldiers, using the suit's advanced weaponry to defend Christopher. Obasanjo and his gang intervene, attacking the mech suit, still wanting Wikas's arm. Wikas fights them off. The command module begins to rise from the ground. Wikas clears a path for Christopher, urging him to get to the ship. Christopher hesitates, but Wikas insists, telling him to go save his people and fulfill his promise. Christopher boards the ascending module, promising again 3 years. The command module connects with the massive mothership hovering above via a tractor beam. Wikas, his mech suit damaged and out of ammunition, faces Kubus alone. Kubus gloats, preparing to kill Wikas. Suddenly, a group of prawns swarm Kubus and his remaining men, brutally tearing them apart, saving Wikus. The gigantic mothership activates, its lights blazing, and slowly begins to move, leaving Earth's atmosphere. The world watches in stunned silence. In the aftermath, the official story changes. MNU's illegal experiments are partially exposed through leaked data found by Fundaiswa. The aliens are forcibly relocated from District 9 to a new, grim camp called District 10, described as a concentration camp. Wikus van der Merwe has vanished. Theories abound. Captured, killed, or escaped. Tanya clings to hope, cherishing a small, intricate metal flower left anonymously at her door, believing it's a sign from Wikus. The final scene shows a desolate scrapyard in District 10. An alien, fully transformed, sits amidst the junk, patiently crafting another metal flower. It is Wikus, now completely a prawn, waiting.